If you are starting or running a business, then today I have a guide here for you on how paid ads can help your business grow. Now, I don't want to hype things up here. I just want to give you a clear and realistic idea of when should you use it, when can it be helpful, but also when can it not be helpful. So I have some materials prepared here, so let's get into it. For most businesses, paid ads is usually not a priority because you're making less than 500 grand a year. And the thing is, at this stage, word of mouth is usually their main source of clients because the owner can go to every client. The client sees that they're delivering good work for them or for people that they know or from work that you've done previously. And so they trust that you are a good choice for them and they let you do the work. So it's a good strategy because you don't have to pay anything in order to get these clients, and your clients are already like they have a very high trust in you. So realistically, for most businesses under 500 grand a year, word of mouth is going to be their main source of clients. Now that's in B2C. B2B, it might be a little bit different, but it's in B2C, that's definitely the case. And a lot of businesses just like struggle like at this early stage. For example, a business that might be doing 100 grand a year, he might be, when he's thinking about scaling things up, he's probably thinking about finding a bigger team and finding a good team, people he can rely on to do the work properly. And so he already has work coming in from word of mouth, and your team is just if you want to scale things up, the first thing you need to do is get a reliable team, and that's hard to find these reliable people. You might not have the leadership skills, and also you might just not know where to find these members that want to work with you and can work well for you. So that's usually like their biggest like struggle. And also then when a lot of like smaller business owners think about running paid ads, they might see that, well, maybe that's an opportunity for me to get more work in, but maybe that's just going to make things more stressful, and I already have enough work right now, so I don't really feel like I need it. And really, those are all true. At the same time, I can say for some people who do think this is a possibility, you can get with paid ads, even if you're only at 100 grand a year, is you can prepare for later on. You can get more quality work. So like word of mouth gets you clients that trust you a lot, but they don't always come with like the best projects, and they're not always the highest value clients in terms of like the work and the profit you can make. So paid ads can help with that because you can really target like, oh, I want this kind of job or I want this kind of client. And so you really have a mechanism to pick and choose your work, which is one benefit, even at a low level, that paid ads can help you with. So the other thing is like a lot of businesses, local businesses, struggle with just like predictability of their work. Sure, word of mouth is getting them their income and it's getting their business to work, but sometimes it might be seasonal. Sometimes there might be gaps that you might not have any work, and paid ads can be a good supplement there to make sure that you're always full. So the next thing is that for some people, for the people who are like smaller type of businesses that are ambitious and they want to grow, they feel entrepreneurial, but they're not there yet. Paid ads is a great investment to grow faster, because you are going to get, if you have a good strategy and you have a good implementation, then you can get higher quality of work in, and you can also get that more predictability. So if you're someone who is entrepreneurial, then even if you're only making 100 grand a year, paid ads can be a great investment to, for starters, just supplement your business, but secondarily also to prepare for when you do want to make that shift to like a bigger business or like a medium bigger business, because then you already have that system in place. And if you already feel like, hey, well, I'm pretty sure like I'm going to take this seriously, I want to be serious about my business, then I think paid ads is a great investment. Also if you're only making 100 grand a year. Now, a word of caution. The things we mentioned earlier are still true. So if you're struggling with operations and you're struggling to deliver your work, then you should probably fix that first before you get into paid ads, because it's going to get you higher quality projects, yes, but it's also going to get you more work at the end of the day. So you're going to need to fulfill the work, you're going to need to have the capacity, and also even get higher quality work, you're also going to have to deliver at a higher rate. So that's also something to be aware of. So to summarize, really, for someone who is making less than 500 grand a year, for most of these people, paid ads is like a good supplement, but it's not necessary, but it can be a good supplement, especially if you're someone who is entrepreneurial. Now, let's look at the real reason why paid ads is important, and that's really for businesses who are making more than $1 million a year in revenue. So paid ads become more important. Why is that? Now, that's because word of mouth works very well as long as your business is small, because the owner can still go to every client and he can still manage every relationship. Now, as you grow and you grow a team, you can't be there for every client. You're going to have to need to manage your time properly, and you're going to have to really pick and choose what you spend your time on as a business owner. So you can't be involved with every client. This is why it becomes less reliable. It's still strong at a higher level, but it doesn't always get enough predictability of work, and it doesn't allow for good margins and good growth. So really the thing that kind of replaced word of mouth at this level is branding. And that's like word of mouth at scale, right? That's like your company image, what you do, what you stand for, the work your team delivers. So that's kind of like a more natural way of growing, would be the branding thing. But then at the same time, paid ads will still be more important because they're going to ensure your pipeline stays healthy, because at this scale, like you're going to need a supplement. Not always, but usually you're going to need a supplement to make sure you can sustain the work that you need for the business to keep running, and keep running at a good rate, of course. Also because you just, at this scale, you don't want to be attracting like random projects here and there. You want to have usually something that you stand for, something that you specialize in. And so that can really help you attract the specific quality work that your business needs. And thirdly, at this scale, it's also something like most business owners really want, take this seriously. And so they're not just thinking about staying afloat, but they're actively thinking about growing. And this is the reason why most people take it more seriously at this level, because they can grow faster, they can grow more efficiently, not just because they get more and higher quality work, but if you do proper paid advertising, it's also something that can actually help your brand. So that's something that David Ogilvy used to do a lot. He used to make paid advertisements that made the brand more popular and gave it a better image to the public. The same thing with what is Coca-Cola is doing, by the way. Like these type of ads, they're not meant to sell directly. They're just meant to engage people with your brand and sell indirectly. So that's really how you see as you grow more serious as a business owner, paid ads become more important. So yeah, check out my next video on marketing strategy, where I dive deeper into what is really the difference between word of mouth, cold outreach, paid ads, and branding. And if you like this video or you learned something, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.